Well, hello everyone. Welcome to our amazing Zooms that we love to do to introduce more and more people to this company called Three International. My name is Holly DeMott, and I'm joining you from my second home in the Midwest. I am in the Midwest. I am in the state of Iowa, not Idaho, not Ohio. It's Iowa, and it's smack dab in the middle. This is where I grew up. I have a lot of roots here, and the business of Three International has brought me back to the Midwest quite often. I also spend a lot of time in Scottsdale, Arizona, where it's sunshiny, it's amazing, and I love the diversity of a business like this. And I'll share a little bit of my story so you can know more about the background of who you're talking to, who you're listening to, whether it's morning your time, whether it's evening your time. This is a global opportunity. This is a global company. And I love that part. I love it that I could say good morning when it's, 7 p.m. where I am. And I could say good evening to our East Coast or our West Coast, all around Canada. And that's the really fun part about this type of business is that it's global. And there's many reasons for that. Has the opportunity is available to so many people. And, looking across the globe, knowing, everybody wants opportunity to do more, to be healthier, to have more money in their bank account. And knowing that our reach is far and wide, that's what excites me. One of the things. So I grew up here in the Midwest and I went to school for marketing and accounting. And with that came a corporate job. So I went straight into corporate America. I worked for a very large international bank that begins with an H, HSBC. And I worked for them for 8 years. And as I learned so much in that industry, and it came a time though where it took a pretty big hit in the United States, and it took a hit where there was a lot of layoffs happening because of the mortgage industry, because of banking, because of the housing industry, and I was one of those layoffs. I was one person laid off out of 8,000 people in one day, and when that happened, I had already been introduced to this platform. And with being introduced to this platform, I didn't know a world like this existed. I had no idea. And thank goodness, a third grade school teacher from my hometown of only 1,600 people introduced me to this business model. Otherwise, I don't know where I'd be. And so I'd already been introduced to it. I saw the opportunity with it, thinking this is intriguing. Wow. Because you know what? With working corporate, I wanted more freedom. I always called it an electronic leash when I had like two cell phones. One was a BlackBerry, so that kind of dates me a little bit. And I had two cell phones as I was, going through my life and day and, living for the weekends. And, it was great when I first got out of college, and then it became really old. And I thought, this is what life is. Like, I have a ceiling on my income. I'm expected to work this many hours, produce this much. I have to work more, do more, to move up in the company. So I realized that, and then I attracted this. So I love it that, I believe that, when we have things like that happen to us where we don't exactly love the situation, it brings clarity because then you know what you want. That was how I was with my health as well. And I wanted better health. I wanted to look vibrant. I wanted to look younger. And here we are. So I'm so happy that you've joined us. I am going to pop up and I want to share a few key slides about the company and the background, the foundation of this amazing opportunity that so many people are praying for, so many people are hoping for, and they may not know what's this. And then they see this and they're like, this is it. This happens. Yes, it does. And we love our community. And then I have a very special guest that I'll be introducing as soon as I'm done with a very short presentation. Here we are, Three International. Love yourself, love your family, love your community. We love this picture. It shows Dr. Dan, our Chief Science Officer, right there exploring. And it's about us. So this is the company. In the upper left-hand corner, you're going to see right there, that building. That is the Three International headquarters in Lehi, Utah, right outside of Salt Lake City. And it's a beautiful headquarters that the company has. And, that's where it's the world headquarters. And we also have offices in Hong Kong, in Taiwan, in Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore. They're beautiful offices. I've been to many of those, and I love that we have different offices all around the world. So, three was really built on a foundation of a collaborative effort of a group of experienced international business builders, business entrepreneurs, myself included in that group. And we all came together. We all came together with a vision of wanting more, wanting this company that we once dreamt of. And this is a dream company for me. I have experience in this industry. I first began in this industry in 2008. That's when I said yes. 2009, I was laid off, and here we are. And I was able and I'm privileged really to like know and be blessed to have this opportunity with this group. So just know you are in experienced hands with the people that came together to start this company a short 2.5 years ago. We had our pre-launch in February 2023, and we had our grand opening May 2023. So we're still young. You're hearing about this at an amazing, amazing time. The global leadership is diverse with proven leaders. As I mentioned, this is our ribbon cutting, and this was a very special day. And knowing we do this in all the countries we're going to opening offices, the grand openings, it's an amazing thing to be a part of this leadership. And that's something to look for in a company is the leadership. Because you want to know who you're connected to, who you're tied to. And speaking of leadership, this is the management team. So this is the corporate management team. Daniel Piku on the left, the founder and CEO of the company. Daniel is a young 48 years old, 47, 48 years old. 47, 47. Don't tell him I said 48. 47 years old. And he comes with such a heart of a lion. The heart of a lion. He is smart. He wants to build an amazing company as a foundation for us to call this home. And that's exactly what he has done. And he brings on the best. I always share that about Daniel. Well, when you know Daniel, you know that he will surround himself with the best. And one of those people is Dr. Dan Gubler. He partnered with Dr. Dan Gubler. He sought Dr. Dan Gubler out, knowing this chief scientific officer now for us. He is Caltech trained. Caltech is one of the top three colleges, top three universities, systems in the world when it comes to science. They have more Nobel Prize winners than any other school, more than MIT, more than Harvard. Dr. Dan is an absolute like brilliant with formulations, brilliant with all of us and having patience for us asking him the science questions where he is amazing. And so just know you're in amazing hands with Dr. Dan Gilbert. That's no compromise. Then we have Troy Moore, our COO, Chief Operations Officer. So we don't hear much from him. He's behind the scenes. He's a lot behind the scenes doing all of the things that I wouldn't want to do with logistics all over the world. And Troy is the guy Daniel leans on for all of that. That's our management team. So the opportunity is a cross-border social e-commerce. People ask that, how can you be in Arizona, but yet talk with people in Malaysia? How can you be in Iowa and talk with people in Canada? That's the beauty of our business. It's cross-border. You can see a phone right there. That's all you need. You need a phone. And the phone is mostly for more texting than calling. I am a calling person. I love the face-to-face Zooms as well. Just it shows you the simplicity of the business model, knowing you can operate cross-border and people are doing things online with everything. I know in the US we just had Black Friday and Cyber Monday and everything was online, everything. And that's how our business is operated. And I'm not the salesperson. Sales happens at headquarters. When people enroll, they want to get on the products, start right away, open up their back office to see the business model and to get going. The sales piece of the transaction happens through headquarters, and that's in Lehi, Utah. The opportunity is exciting. I love it. You can tell that. Our target market, this is one of my favorite questions. It has to do with people wanting more. I could sum all three of these points up. People who want more. They want more health. They want more life. They want more pep in their step. They want more cash in their bank account. They want more opportunity. They want more experiences for themselves, for their family. People who want more. And maybe people simply wanting to go to the grocery store and not have to, stay within a certain range of how much they have to spend. a budget of it. They may want to, to go beyond that, like, and splurge a little bit. So it's people who want a business opportunity to work in their own time and space, people who want to have better health and wellness, people that are connected with a like-minded community for global collaboration, elevation, and support. That community is absolutely underrated. That means so much when you're around people that lift you up. And then we look at our approach to wellness. We look at the old paradigm, reactive wellness. You are what you eat. Actually, it's you are what you absorb. You can see that in the new paradigm. Your DNA is your blueprint. And it's actually proactive wellness. And it's a curation of phytonutrients from whole foods and plants. So it's so much about being proactive with your health, so much proactive. So the future of this is epigenetics. Epigenetics has to do with the phytonutrition, absorption, lifestyle, environment for you to determine your health and longevity. So we have six amazing, we call them the Simple Six products, along with an amazing skin. It's called the Visage Collection, and we get compliments all the time saying, what skincare do you use? And we have a fabulous energy drink that's all natural, clean. We call it clean caffeine. I was just on with a nurse a little bit ago, and she talked about, at 2 a.m., people are like, how do you have so much energy? And she's like, and there's no crash. She's like, it's the kinetic. So this is a turnkey business. You're the first group of people to promote and share these wellness guardians globally. It's a business that includes a robust replicated website. Automatically, boom, you're set up to go. E-commerce ready, a back office that manages and tracks everything. So you don't have to think about it. You don't have to write things down. You can just go back there and check everything. Marketing and media tools with like fantastic back office with tools. And we have an app and a training system and a support for a global community. Okay, so you got a little bit about the company right there. I'm going to go ahead and bring on Miss Lisa Behrens. She's joining me from Des Moines, Iowa. Lisa has not been in this industry ever before. And so we're going to get into that. I want you all to really hear, of Lisa's background and, what intrigued her to even step into this and say yes and where she's going with it. So, Lisa, welcome. Welcome and thank
Thank
you for
you.
joining.
Thanks, Holly. I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
Absolutely awesome. Okay, Lisa, would you share your background with everyone that's on?
Yeah, I'll just make it quick, kind of high view. Really, my background is serving as an executive director of four different nonprofit organizations in my career journey, and then working for the state of Iowa, working for the government and FEMA. We had a lot of disasters here in Iowa back in 2008. I think that was the year you got laid off, 2008, 2009. And then also, I've been a business manager for a small business that provided a service that people need. And then I've worked in higher education. So I used to look down on my resume. I'm like, oh my goodness, I've not been in the same space, same place, but I love it. It's really given me a diverse portfolio, and I've met a ton of people through the journey. So yeah.
Mm. And so when you were introduced to three, I mean, just coming from your background, how did it get your attention? Like, what was it about three that clicked where you're like, I have to take a look at this?
Yeah, that's a great question because it was about a year ago that I got invited to an event to take a look. A friend of 24 years said, "Hey, come take a look. I know you're having a lot of, hot flashes. You've got some chronic pain you're dealing with." So she invited me with that purpose in mind. Honestly, Holly, I didn't have a clue really what I was getting into. I just went to support my friend. I went to eat the snacks. I just been on a meditation retreat. But really, what got my attention is Dr. Alicia Clevenger. She started the presentation, and right away, it was a testimonial that I could resonate with. But three-fourths the way through, I feel like I'm a little bit unique with this. I had whatever you want to call it, light bulb moment, instinct moment. I just was sitting there thinking, oh gosh, my wheels were turning as if it were today, thinking, if this company is legit, I can see myself doing this. Why? I lost my dad at a young age due to health complications. So health matters. And I'm all about quality of life. A lot of times people want to live long, but they're not really taking care of themselves. And what attracted me was the entrepreneurial piece. So I'm a professional speaker. I've been speaking for like 20 years, and I've really kicked that in the last 2 years where I'm getting paid more, traveling more locally, nationally. And so I love the idea for $30. You get signed up as a brand ambassador, and it really is a turnkey system. And don't laugh at me, but I remember thinking turnkey, and I now get it. I mean, it's so easy because it's set up for you. And I remember, Holly, I met with you and Dr. Alicia at a coffee shop, and it was a Saturday morning. And when I decided, yes, I'm doing this, like you start right away. And a lot of times in businesses, it's so many phases and it takes a while to start earning the income. And obviously, there's a build with the income, but I started day one. I came home, I started making phone calls. I had a list of people. I was actually the 28th person before somebody said, "How are the products working for you?" And I said, "I don't really know. They're being shipped." And it's a good friend of mine. And she just laughed and said, "Lisa B, you are funny." But I had talked to 27 people and I
Mhm.
just dove right in because I really wanted people to know about a company that's out there that has these products, even though I hadn't tried them yet, that were going to be amazing for them to try. So that piece really just enticed me because an entrepreneur means solving problems, and I'm somebody that just really loves to help people and meet people where they're at. And I can't think of anything better to do since post COVID. The industry is incredible, the health and wellness industry. And I don't even have a medical background. That's the other beautiful thing. I don't have, I'm not a doctor. I haven't gone to school for that. And I've been to grad school twice. So I do have some degrees under my belt, but not that. And that's the other great thing is sometimes I think it's actually a blessing to not
Mhm.
know all the things. And genuinely, if you love people and you're a connector, you're really just simply having a conversation, creating curiosity, and people are looking, especially since post-COVID.
Mhm.
People are looking.
They are looking. And when Lisa said she's not a doctor, she says that as we're attracting so many health and medical professionals. And that's something that I have not seen with a company in this industry until now. And people ask me the reason why, and the reason has to do with the integrity of our products. Integrity of our products matter. Sourcing matters. Manufacturing matters. And we're in the PDR. We have 8 products in the PDR. That's the physician's desk reference, prescriber's digital reference. If you're on an iPad, it's something that the medical field is very well versed with. And, with supplements, it's not a pay to play to get in there. You have to qualify to be in there. And we have more products in there than any other supplement company. The most that any other company has are 2. So you can see when she says, "I'm not a doctor," it's like we're attracting a lot though. And you know what? That's what I love. You could have a GED or PhD, and be amazing in this business. And so, Lisa, thanks for bringing that part up so much so. And so, Lisa, it's been a year since you've been doing this. You've had lots of conversations with people, and you've seen many testimonials. I mean, we're talking health testimonials, people thanking you for introducing them to the products, people all over the world. You've traveled, and the business side of it as well. I mean, you're building a very fast, robust business. So would you share with people really where your heart is with building a business? Like what drives you? Like I think people look at us in this business thinking, could I do it? And
Mm,
I want people to know, I want them to hear, I mean, Lisa and I are just like many of you. We're
mhm,
just like many of you. I just may have more experience in this field. That's all. That's all. And Lisa has a heart that's just shining through knowing where she's going. And Lisa, I'd love for people to hear your journey, your why you're so dedicated to this and what
mm.
you love about this industry.
Yeah, that's a loaded question.
It's loaded.
Yeah, and I'll try to be concise. Really my why. At the beginning of this, you asked me a question, what's my background? So I was sharing different things. And honestly, this has been one of, on one hand, this has been one of my best yeses in my entire life. I'm 54 years old. And what I love, my why, I love being able to represent a company, the values, the leadership. You touched base on that earlier. I have been a part of so many different things, which is partly why I became a professional speaker. Communication, toxicity, values being compromised. And I love the company. I love what we stand for. I love who we are. And really, my why when I get up in the morning, Holly, I don't look at this as a job. So many people out there, I'm telling you, as a professional speaker here coming in, and as I meet with people and I talk about this, people are miserable in their jobs, a lot of people. And some people are afraid they're going to lose their jobs. Our economy, things are shifting, things are changing. And as human beings, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, people want stability. And that's what I love about this industry is Holly, I didn't even know what this industry was a year ago. That's the funny thing. I didn't know about network marketing. And the thing is you don't have to come in as an expert. I came in not knowing anything, but I'll tell you what, I came in being coachable and I came
Mhm.
in wanting to learn. And what I love about this business, opportunities for growth, personally, professionally. For a lot of people, it's hard to talk about something that somebody else, doesn't maybe share with you. But that's the awesome part of this is I look at it as a conversation, just like when I get on stage and speak. I don't care if it's 5 people, 1,000 people. It's having a conversation. And really, you're sharing something with them. And a lot of people just don't know what they don't know. So I feel like I have this gift, I have this solution. I'm not forceful. It may or may not be a fit, but I get to share. I get to share with people. And so my mindset is this like my mindset and my why. I want freedom. I want to be able to live my life and have dreams. And you talked about having a second home. As soon as you said that, starting this Zoom, that's going to be me. And maybe I write a book someday. So whatever it is, those dreams, and a lot of times we can't do that in our regular day-to-day jobs because there's so many limitations around that. And that's what I love, the autonomy and being able to just connect with people and being able to help people in their journey. Whether it's their health journey, financial journey, maybe they're just looking for community. Everybody's in a different place. So I have fun with this. It's been a blast. And honestly, all my friends and my family would tell you this has been my best year yet. And I love it. I love it. I just show up, and showing up is really just calling people or texting people and hey, would you be open to having coffee, or would you be open to jumping on a Zoom? And people want that human connection. We've really lost human connection. We really have. And I love, love, love that part of this industry because we stand for people, purpose, and platform. So I love the people part. I'm reconnecting just today. I started my day off with somebody I worked with in 2008. We haven't even seen each other. And we're talking about three. And I didn't even know she's a nurse. And we met halfway. We both had to drive a distance to meet. And this afternoon, I'm on the phone with a couple, an 81-year-old man, 70-year-old woman. I met him on the Amtrak train last week as I'm going to Chicago. And so that's what's cool again is people are looking. They're looking and they really want better health. And I just feel like it's a gift and I get to share. So, and I'll say I used to shout it from the rooftops, but now I say I shout it from the mountaintops. After being to Malaysia, Taiwan this summer, like Holly, you nailed it. Like we have countless healthcare professionals behind
Mhm.
three. I don't even speak Chinese or Mandarin, but we had translators over there. And people believe in three and our absorption rate and the PDR. People know that they can put their name behind this company. And in a world with so much ambiguity, people are looking for stability and people are looking for trust. And our company provides that.
Absolutely. You
Yeah.
summed it up also very well. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for being on. Thank
Yeah.
you for sharing. Wow, I love seeing what you're doing with this and where you're going. And for everyone listening, you can see the alignment. I never thought there'd be a company like this. I truly didn't. And wow, it's definitely been an amazing godsend for myself and Lisa and for many others. And we love our products. We love the business model. Whether you're, curious, whether you're intrigued about the products or the business model, do not hesitate. Do not wait. Get back to the person who invited you to watch this and let them know what you like best. And ask them, go, what are my options to start? And we love that. We love to help people meet them where they're at, options to start, even a bigger vision for yourself. And thank you. Thank you for joining. And we're checking out. Thanks, Lisa. Bye,
Thank
everyone.